Um, I was the vice president of one of the vice presidents of International Physicians for the Prevention of Nuclear War. And we had a lot of members. Uh, in the time of the Nobel Peace Prize we won, there were about 170,000 doctors worldwide. But anyway, there were other groups or organizations, civilian organizations, like lawyers for the prevention of nuclear war. We worked together with them because we wanted to declare illegal the nuclear weapons. So the lawyers worked um, together with us, and they helped us a lot during the trial. Also, we worked together with physicists from the US and USSR, and working together with us, we could develop the theory of the nuclear winter. Nuclear winter meant the extermination of life on Earth, if at least we are using 1/4 of the nuclear weapons power at that time. Today, they are much more. So, but there are many other organizations. But anyway, much less than the actual peace organizations. Peace organizations in the world today, there are more than 2,000, even much more. Each one is doing something important. In their field, what happened? What? I don't understand.
Speak louder, speak.
Okay. I will approximate to the microphone. It's okay now, right now? It's okay? All right. So I say that there are thousands of civilians organization, non-governmental. Many are literatures, people are publishing here, publishing there. There are doctors and there are teachers and many things, people connected with universities and so on, so on, so on. But each one is working separate, independently. So following an example I took before from the prevention of nuclear war, or other groups were for abolition of nuclear arms and many, many other things. It was created an association of the name ICAN. ICAN is an international coalition for against nuclear war. And if we won the Nobel Peace Prize in 1985, more than 30 years after that, this ICAN won also the the Nobel Peace Prize, but three years ago. And the International Physicians for the Prevention of Nuclear War, because it was also member of the ICAN, the international coalition, so it like we received twice the Nobel Peace Prize. This gave me the idea that we need today, because there are so many organizations working for peace, that each one should continue doing what they do in their fields, in their specialities, etc., etc. But at the same time, as we as physicians were maintaining our organization, we are also members of the coalition. The coalition gave enormous power to these separate organizations. So I did to myself, why we don't do something similar in peace organizations? The problem is that the peace organizations, many of them, are so different objectives, but we can collaborate, making a kind of uh, mutual objectives, mutual steps, and just into the coalition to work together. One important thing in any association is to leave the ego outside, because the ego is a great enemy of all the organizations, because the personal rivalry. So what I said to myself, we should be equal in this coalition. It doesn't matter if it's an organization composed by 100 Nobel Prizes or 100,000 members, or it's an organization of 10 good people or women that they are not so with no so great popularity, but into the coalition, everybody must be with the same weight. Uh, of course, I'm not stupid. If we need an organization like this, we need an international council composed by one delegate from each of the NGOs. And we need an international council composed by about 100 or 2,000, I don't know, organizations. It will be very bureaucratic. So we should have a meeting once a year or once every 2 years. But we need also an executive council, executive groups that take into realization, implementation, all the big resolutions made at the International Council. So, by force, one should be presidents, some of them will be many vice presidents, maybe by area, by zone, Europe or East Europe and West Europe, and America, North America, Latin America, whatever. This is a thing you should think about and to present as a project of an organization to this international council composed by everybody. Just today, 2 hours before, I was in a very important meeting of the International Convention of Female Leaders for Peace in Emergency Action. I was really surprised, but how many leaders all over the world are, and they are very happy to be member as one member of this coalition.
Right.
In the same way that IFLAC and WPO, they will have also one member each. Maybe if there is a IFLAC in international IFLAC, Latin American IFLAC, maybe it could be two, but this will not be decided by us. Will be decided by the International Council. Now, what else? I think at this step, our contribution could be to create a very powerful letter of invitation explaining all this, because people need to know that nobody will be stronger than another one, but together for sure will be stronger than anyone separated. Okay, I think I spoke too long.
Oh, well, okay.
I
Right.
ready
Right.
to
Now we
answer
that's right.
any questions. Okay.
Yes. Now we will do the following. Let Bruce Lawrence Cook to speak, and then we will prepare the request after that, our opinions. Okay, Bruce Lawrence Cook, our WPO Vice President, will he lives in the United States. We are listening to you, Bruce.
Okay, thank you. Can you hear me?
Yes, perfect.
Okay, good. Yes, it's a privilege for me to be here and to work with Ernesto, for whom I have the greatest respect, and for you, Maria, and everybody in this group. My role here is more of a technical one, more of the implementation that Dr. Kahan has mentioned, implementing things. So if we need a website, I start the website, I create it. Those are the kind of things I can do. And I do have a small NGO that is now our anchor, called World Writers Resources. And we put importance on writing, just as IFLAC places importance on literature. And we remember how important literature is to the things we believe in. There's, as I mentioned in a letter to Ernesto the other day, that what's scary in our world is how social media takes over, and the fear that suddenly what's on the internet can be what we believe in, and maybe we'll neglect our literature. We can never do that. So that's just my background. In creating this new coalition, I created a little website that gives us the opportunity to go. I certainly don't have any funds to invest, and we did discuss that. We just will have to begin without a lot of money. We'll start with our, what was it, a Ford, 1920 Ford or something. We'll start that way. And that is a beginning. In my mind, we need to have the letter of invitation that Ernesto has mentioned, and Ernesto has done a great organizational description that we can possibly publish, but anyway, we can all agree on it. But I think the first thing we need is member organizations. And of course, WWPO has member individuals. The coalition is looking for member organizations. Of course, individuals will come in and talk for each organization. The second thing I think we need is a program we agree on. What is it we're going to do this year. I know last year our emphasis in WWPO was education. So we need members, program, and then I think once we have those things, we can seek funding, because at some point, if we're going to have good meetings and effective programs, we will need to have funding, but we don't want to start with the idea of money first, or we'll get nowhere. It's always a hard lesson. So that's just the things I look at. In terms of peace, what can we do when you think about it, with wars all around us? And I guess, as we say, wars will always be with us. What can we do in the program not to prevent all wars, not to be completely non-violent, since that's beyond our capability? We can't predict the future, but maybe we can shape the future. And if we can shape the future successfully toward peace, we've really met up to. And that's really all I have. I turn the discussion back to you and anybody who'd like to make suggestions. We're all equal here. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Bruce. That has been great. Bruce has created the website for the coalition. Ernesto had the idea. Bruce created the website, and I'm applied to find the members. I am inviting a lot of organizations, and now I have prepared 3 organizations: Ernesto, the ladies, the Congress of Women, and that organization of women leaders. But in the future, I invite the members here to also send us some suggestions or emails of organizations, so we can send the letter. When we don't have ready, still we don't have the letter. The letter, Bruce wrote the letter. Ernesto is now reading to modify it in somewhere. Also, I will read it. But then we surely will need your help, because our ambassadors, some of you are present, like Chintamani, Samrat Shogi, Mohamed Ali, and Hauda Maudud, and now Mina Wail and Perugu. So we will have 2 missions. One is the UPO mission, to educate the children and to continue with our mission of changing the mind of the person, but also we have the mission of this coalition. The future of the Worldwide Peace Organization will be to help Ernesto to create this coalition. What do you think? Lift hand, and we have 10 minutes more, and then click the link and enter again, please. We have 40 minutes more. Yes, Mohamed Ali, we want to listen to you. Do a
Hello.
question.
Yeah.
Or for
Can you listen to me?
Yes.
Can you hear me? Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Hi to everybody. What Ernesto sir and Bruce Cook sir has said, I am very positively accepting it. From my side, I would like to give you 2 organizations in the first step. 2 organizations. They will be starting from India. They are all doing a very good work with the people. With some is doing with some children work. Second one is doing for peace for everybody. So these 2 organizations are there in my contact. I will just deliver their messages and emails to them. I will give you the address and email, Maria ma'am.
Yes.
So yeah, you can just go for a correspondence with them, and they will join this coalition. And they can also say their send the delegates in the virtual meeting, what we are conducting with
And the
WWPO.
meetings. Perfect.
Yeah, in the
Ernesto
meetings.
want
Yeah.
to respond. Ernesto, take the word.
I want to make a suggestion.
Yes.
At this step only, we can send invitations for founders. This is very attractive. And we are not closing the list because we will discover many, many others. As Bruce gave us a list, I have also an enormous list. But we can, it will be very attractive if people can be founders of the coalition. So I think this first letter should be addressed for founders.
To the founder, perfect.
It's not, you should accept that. I'm not imposed.
You are saying the letter to the founders or from the founders.
Okay.
Invitation to NGOs to be founders of the coalition.
To the founders of those NGOs.
Yeah.
Of course. Well, so Mohamed Ali sent me via email, Cristina Azcona, find the name of the founder and his email.
Yeah.
And send me, please.
Both.
And contact
I will
on
send
your name as intermediate.
Yeah.
You know? You are the bridge to them. So please, first you contact them, and then you are in the email. When I contact them, I will put your email down so you see the interchange.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Somebody else want to? Yes, Hasna Moudud. We listen to you. You are from Bangladesh. We listen.
Thank you very much. Yes, indeed. Greetings to everyone. I just wanted to ask Professor Kahan. At some point, we need a good definition of peace, and definition of like Bruce mentioned about program and activity. We need also, I think, that it may be open to all, equality, but also quality counts. You can't just make it an open membership of same kind of members, 100, and then, so we need to know, is peace a word that has to be in the organization within, because everyone is indirectly working for peace. Hunger groups, women's group, but are we looking for those who are strictly, those who are risking their life to establish peace and want to have a nuclear free? So that objective is very clear. We want a nuclear free world, and therefore I think there will be some need.
Say peace, including nuclear weapon-free world, but peace in general, okay?
Yes, okay. But it will be very helpful to have this definition, very clear for everyone in every culture, so that we have a diversity of membership, and also these are a World Peace Council, the United Nations, and all other international bodies. Are we going to be a part of it, include them, or we will have an separate identity?
Ernesto, respond, please.
Okay, I start to answer you from the last question. When I say civilian societies, this is an organization, a coalition for civilian societies. The United Nations is made by governments of countries. So we should exclude that because they don't need us. What we need is to influence the countries and the UN, but they cannot be part of us. We don't want to be too much political, organization, because this could be the end of the beginning. So we have to be very, very clear. Another thing is at this step, we are talking here as a group of friends. We know each other. We know your believers. You know, we know your power. I feel that that never could we find a better starting group of this one. However, we have to take care of the details, because the details, if we cannot give us a soup with all the details, because the soup should be the result of the international council created by those organizations. Anyway, you are right, Hasna, that we should give some definitions at the beginning. And I'm working in these kind of things, definitions, from many, many years. So it is quite clear for me. I accept your suggestion. We should do that. I think the Bruce and I and Maria Cristina, we should together try to develop this letter for future founders, and we should mention in the definition some things that starting point, as you say,
yes.
definitions.
The definitions, perfect.
Yeah.
I invite also all of you to now speak, I think, about the Worldwide Peace Organization, not only the coalition, which is our project for the future. We are, the Ernesto, Bruce, and I, we are working for that project, but we also need to work with the organization WWPO, Worldwide Peace Organization, because the embassies in Spain, in Nepal, and in Samrat entered and then go away again. He's surely very busy, but he's interested also in our organization. Now I want to listen to Leonardo Maria Angeles. Please express a little about what you listen, or about Worldwide Peace Organization in Spain. Perhaps you want to speak about that.
Well, hello all.
Pardon, there is a minute. In the second, now we are waiting 1 minute, so wait, freeze, and enter again to listen to Maria Angeles and surely Chintamani Shogi. We are very honored to see you, and Perugo Ramakrishna, and Mohammed Ali talk, and Mina Well. Wait till the second.